Hello and welcome. My name is Michael Coleman and my title is Shihan. Here is another very special video. This time we're going to discuss the experiences of women in our Genbukan martial arts, including both the Japanese and Chinese martial arts that are taught by my teacher, Grandmaster Shoto Tanemura. When it comes to traditional Japanese martial arts, Soke's experience is well known. What is less reported is that Tanemura Sensei also learned and mastered Chinese martial arts from his teacher, Sato Kenbei Sensei. In addition, Tanemura Sensei learned from his teacher's teacher in China, Li Zuming Sensei. But we will cover more of that later in the video. Simply put, the first step to cultivating Fudoshin, an unwavering mind, is to be relentlessly absorbed in your training over many years. Those who cannot do this will never be able to understand what an unshakable Fudoshin mind really is. Hi, konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
First, I'd like to ask, when did you start training?
Oh, Sensei. Well, it was greater than 20 years ago for certain.
Why did you start training in martial arts?
So I had been curious about martial arts since I was little, right? Growing up with martial arts movies. I grew up with brothers, so we were always trying out moves. And it wasn't until I was an adult that I was fairly courageous enough to start reaching out and trying to find a martial arts school. And it was daunting. It was daunting because I was a woman. I was asking questions. I didn't know any of the language of the martial arts that I was using, what questions to ask. And you were wonderful. You answered all my questions. You had patience when I didn't know what I was actually asking, yet you helped me sort through all of it. So you were very welcoming, and that has continued through my first class all the way through to today. My daughter was 8 years old when I enrolled her. And she has always been active and interested in learning. But more specifically, I wanted her to be able to see and experience what I had experienced over the decades working with you, Sensei, in our dojo. I wanted her to be a part of the living art that we move within here every week that we're training, the self-improvement, the mental understanding, the gifts that you, Sensei, have given us by our training and us given ourselves by our hard work was something that I wanted her to experience firsthand.
What do you think about women in martial arts generally?
First of all, it's fantastic. I love coming to class and seeing other women. Obviously, as a mother of a daughter, we worry about their protection, their ability to defend themselves. And we know growing up as a woman in this world that we are not physically perhaps stronger than a vast majority of the men. and it's an issue worth considering for our children, daughters and sons alike. I will say that what you have shown us here, Sensei, and what you teach in a very real way in so many of our classes is that there are means to defend ourselves without using sheer brute force.
True martial arts is not like sports. In a real confrontation, your opponent will show no mercy for your disabilities or lack of strength. Recently, you were able to go to a Taikai in Japan. I know you've also seen Soke here in the United States, but I'd like you to tell me about those two experiences.
So the Taikai here in Milwaukee, the several that I have attended, have been wonderful, of course. However, in Japan, first of all, it elevated the expectation that I was working towards, and my daughter as well. We both were demanding a lot of ourselves because we were now moving in Soke's world. We were a part of training on that level. When we moved out of our comfort zone, that was when I felt that we were gaining an understanding of our Genbukan martial art that I hadn't had before.
In life, you never know what the future holds. Nobody can predict for certain what tomorrow will bring. That's why it's so important to live life to the fullest, cherishing every step and every moment. In the family, as father, mother, children, siblings, each of us has our own purpose and mission. I am honored to be able to say that I have been a student of Grandmaster Shoto Tanemura since 1987. In Japanese, there are several different kanji characters which could be used to represent the English word master. In the Genbukan, the character shi is used very frequently, and it means role model. The teacher shows the path, and the student does their best to follow in the master's footsteps. Along the way, we are helped by those more senior than ourselves. This tradition continues in our school and has for many generations. Each day I pray to do my best to help all students that sincerely wish to follow the path of our teacher in these Genbukan arts. With a harmonious mind, humans can harmonize with their bodies and, in turn, undertake all actions from a more enlightened perspective. Isn't this the most important thing to do in life? To build a more peaceful society? For more information and to find a Genbukan dojo near you, go to www.genbukan.org. I'll see you in the next video.